Warming up. It's one of the most necessary things you need to do in Siege, but if you don't do it right, it could even be detrimental. On that happy note, hey guys, English Patriot here. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to properly warm up in Rainbow Six Siege. Let's go, shall we? Gotta throw it in here. If you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe. Also, while you're down there, tell me your warm-up routine in the comments down below. I could also help some of you guys create a warm-up routine if you don't have one. Anyways, first thing I want to talk about is to settle this debate between aim trainers and T-hunts. I personally use T-hunts exclusively because it, unlike aim trainers, gets you warmed up in other game mechanics such as peeking. Plus, you have to be on PC to use aim trainers, which I know a lot of you guys are on console, but that's besides the point. The next thing I want to settle in 10 seconds or less is the reason why you should warm up. Simply put, every time you stop playing Siege, you'll build up a little bit of rust in that aim category. To shake off that rust, you need to get into gunfights. In T-hunts, you get 24 gunfights in about 2 minutes. In a regular ranked game, you might get into, say, 15 gunfights, if that, in 30 minutes? You might be able to shake off the rust, but not before you lose 6 ranked matches in a row. T-hunts allow you to sharpen up faster and before you lose a ranked match. It's a win-win. Now I want to get into what you should be doing in my personal warm-up routine. One thing I would like to get squared away first is that this is fit for me. Feel free to take more time doing a specific part you're weak at, or to do different versions of these exercises based on your weaknesses. Now the first exercise is one that specifically focuses on one very important aspect of your game, that being crosshair placement. Now to do this, what you're going to do is you're going to turn on toggle ADS in your settings and stay aiming down sights the whole entire T-hunt. One quick tip for this exercise is to use a hollow sight, or just not ACOG, because using an ACOG while being stuck aiming down sights the whole time is not fun, believe me. Now the goal of this is to obviously work on placing your crosshair at the right spot. The right spot obviously being head level. Always get headshots, don't be satisfied with a bunch of body shots. If anything, you're teaching and training yourself bad crosshair placement if you just go for body shots. If you're having a difficult time getting headshots because of recoil or something, change your weapon to semi-auto. I'll usually do these all ADS rounds until I feel satisfied with the previous round I just had. Usually for me that means I got all headshots that round, but that might not be the same for you depending on your skill level and what you run Siege on, whether it's console or PC. Just make sure you do it until you feel comfortable, which really should be a round or two for this exercise. Now that we got our crosshair placement warmed up, let's move on to the second part of my warm-up. This part focuses more on movement and peeking mechanics, as well as some crosshair placement. For these rounds, I'm going to be quick peeking every single corner. If you guys don't know how to quick peek, let me know and I can try and make a guide for both PC and console. After I quick peek to gain the intel, I then lean to the corner and fire some shots. I usually like to do a quick burst before getting back behind cover. If I don't kill a terrorist with my burst, I just peek again. One thing to keep in mind with this part of the warm-up is that you want to peek like you would in game. Just because the bots won't punish you doesn't mean in a real game you won't get punished. This exercise is supposed to help you build good peeking habits and warm up your mechanics. I'll usually do this for maybe 2 to 3 rounds, just depending on how rusty my mechanics are. Alright, so we warmed up our crosshair placement and warmed up our movement mechanics. What's next? At this time, I usually like to warm up my recoil control. Now there are a couple ways you can do this. One of the fastest and easiest ways to get your recoil control warmed up is to just practice on a fence. I'll get maybe 10 meters away and just try to control a recoil. As far as weapon choice, use a weapon that you play a lot in game or want to play more of, or you can just use Twitch. The F2 will teach you recoil management real fast, believe me. And once my ammo runs out, if I feel the need to practice some more, I hit up the ammo crate and do it again. I'll do this exercise only sometimes when I'm warming up, but mostly I focus on the second option for warming up your recoil control, which I'm going to explain right now. The basic premise of the second option is to pick an LMG and spray. I personally use the G8 on IQ, but that doesn't matter. All you have to do is rush inside and focus on your spray. And again, when you do this, still remember to go for headshots. Focus first on controlling the recoil, getting the headshot, then transferring the spray to other terrorists, and another. I guess you could call it kind of a spray transfer recoil control warm-up. I'll usually do this LMG part of a recoil control for a good 2 to 3 rounds before I move on to the next part of my warm-up. Now this next part, it really isn't anything special. What I like to do for the next 4 to 5 rounds is just put everything all together. I'll generally do a little bit of everything I just did in the same round. I might do a quick peek here, a spray for transfer there, hard scope, training, flux, anything that comes to my mind. You should be able to do these rounds pretty smoothly since you already warmed up each of these mechanics. And that brings us to the final stage, which I consider the test. Once I pass this test, I'm ready to hop straight in the ring. The basic idea of this test is to use a DMR and get all quickscope headshots. That's it. Extremely simple. One thing I might want to clarify, by getting all quickscope headshots, I don't mean you need to have like 100% accuracy. I just mean you don't get any bot shot kills. Now those are just the 5 things I do that I want to work on in my game. Here are a couple more that you could do if you want to work on these aspects of your game. The first one I want to talk about works on your flicking. Personally, flicking isn't as important to me as some of these other things, but you can do this if you want to work on your flicking. The exercise is pretty simple. All you have to really do is get a semi-auto weapon, either a DMR or turn another weapon into semi-auto mode, and place your crosshair at different spots and try flicking the terrorist's head. You can do whatever flicks you want, as large as you want. The key is to just have your crosshair misplaced from the start and then trying to correct that by flicking. Now this other exercise is one that works on another aspect of your game, that being tracking. It's another simple one. All you really have to do is grab a weapon and strafe around corners with your crosshair aimed at the corner. Every single doorway, corner, wall, whatever, you want to keep your crosshair on that corner and headshot any terrorists in your way. And there you have it. 6 different warm-ups that all work on different parts of your game. The real trick in my opinion is to have a plan. If you know what you want to do and work on that round, you will improve at it. Now I kind of did this whole part afterwards, so this is going to be a little weird transition, but let's take a look at my warm-up, back at my warm-up. Alright, now I kind of like math, so let's do some math. Based on my calculations, the minimum rounds of T-Hunt you should be doing is 10. Now 10 multiplied by 2 minutes per round, you get about 20 minutes. You should be spending at least 20 minutes in T-Hunt. That's the minimum. I personally warm up not enough. I do usually like 20 to 30 minutes, and if I'm feeling extra rusty or plan on playing a while, maybe 30 to 45 minutes. If you have some time on your hands and you really want to get good mechanically, doing between 30 minutes to even an hour would be probably best. And now I know before I even post this video that someone's going to yell at me in the comments that this is too much time to spend on a warm-up and I just want to have fun. And if that's the case, then just don't do it. Now your aim won't be nearly as sharp as it could be and you won't improve as much, but if you want to have fun you don't have to do it, but those are just some of the downsides. Warming up is a great way to improve your aim, but if you want to take your aim to the next level, I made a video on how you can get insane aim with these 5 tips. I'll throw it on the screen if you want to check it out. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the content, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.